Do you think debt is always a bad thing? This question often sparks intense debates. Many of us have been conditioned to view debt as a dark cloud hovering over our financial freedom. It's like the proverbial ball and chain, right? But what if I told you that this isn't the whole story? Let's debunk a common myth. Debt is not always the enemy. In fact, it can be a trusted ally on your journey to financial success. How, you ask? Through the distinction of good debt and bad debt. Picture this. Bad debt is like a ravenous wolf, gnawing at your finances with high interest rates and offering no return. This typically includes credit card debt, car loans, or any other form of borrowing that doesn't increase in value or generate income. It's the kind of debt that leaves you awake at night, counting sheep and dollars. On the other hand, good debt is more like a golden goose. It's an investment that, over time, will generate income or increase in value. It's a calculated risk, a stepping stone towards greater wealth. This could be a student loan that paves the way for a lucrative career, a business loan that allows for expansion and increased profits, or a mortgage that leads to property appreciation. Now let's talk about the secret weapon of the wealthy: leveraging debt. Many of the world's richest individuals understand that strategic borrowing can propel their wealth to new heights. They use debt as a tool, an instrument to magnify their investments and accelerate wealth accumulation. But remember, like any tool, debt needs to be handled with care and precision. It's not about reckless borrowing, but about making informed decisions. It's about understanding the risks, the benefits, and the potential returns. So, let's shift our perspective. Let's start viewing debt not as a financial burden, but as a potential catalyst for wealth creation. As we peel back the layers of debt, we begin to see its potential, its power. So debt is not always a villain. After all, it can be a hero in your wealth-building journey. Ever wondered how the rich get richer? Well, one of their secret yet commonly used tools is known as leverage. Now, you might be thinking, isn't leverage something mechanics use? In a way, you're right. Just as a lever can help lift a heavy object with less effort, financial leverage can help increase your investment return with less of your own money. You see, when the wealthy have a promising investment opportunity, they don't just use their own cash. They borrow money to invest more than they could with their own funds alone. This borrowed money is what we refer to as debt. But here's the kicker. They're using it to their advantage, not as a burden. Let's illustrate this with a simple example. Imagine you have $100,000 to invest in a property that's worth $200,000. You could use all your money to buy half the property, right? But what if you borrowed another $100,000 and bought the whole property instead? Now, if the property appreciates by 10%, you've not just made $10,000 on your initial investment. You've made $20,000 because you leveraged your investment with debt. Now, it's important to remember that leverage is a double-edged sword. Just as it can magnify your gains, it can also amplify your losses if the investment doesn't pan out as expected. That's why the wealthy are careful in their use of leverage. They understand the risks and rewards, and they know how to manage them effectively. So the next time you hear someone say, debt is a form of slavery, remember this: debt is just a tool. Like any tool, it can be harmful if misused. But if used correctly, it can be a powerful ally in building wealth. And that's how the rich use debt as a leverage to amplify their wealth. So, are you ready to think like the wealthy and see debt in a whole new light? What if I tell you your home can make you rich? Yes, you heard it right. Home ownership isn't just about having a place to live and build memories. It's also about building wealth. And this is where the concept of home equity comes into play. Home equity is the difference between the market value of your home and what you owe on your mortgage. As you pay down your mortgage, the equity in your home increases. It's like a savings account that grows as you pay down the principal on your mortgage. But here's the kicker. It's a savings account that can also grow if the value of your property increases. Isn't that a double win? But how can you use this equity to generate wealth? Let's say you have substantial equity in your home. You can borrow against this equity, often at lower interest rates than other types of loans, and invest that money into income-generating opportunities. This could be a second property, a business venture, or even stocks and bonds. The key is to invest in something that could potentially give you a higher return than the interest you're paying on the loan. Now, let's talk about mortgage debt. The idea of owing money may not sound appealing, but when it comes to your mortgage, it's a different story. Every payment you make towards your mortgage is like making an investment towards your future wealth. As you pay down your mortgage, you're building equity in your home, which can be used as a powerful tool to generate wealth. Remember, just like any investment, there are risks involved. The value of your home could decrease, or the investment you make with your home equity loan might not give you the returns you expected. So, make sure you're making informed decisions and don't be afraid to seek advice from financial professionals. So, home ownership isn't just about having a roof over your head, it's about building a strong financial future. And with the right strategies, your home can indeed make you rich. But remember, it's not just about becoming rich, it's about achieving financial freedom and security. And that, my friends, is a wealth that is truly priceless. Are you juggling with multiple debts? Imagine this scenario. You're a skilled juggler, and each ball you're tossing represents a different debt. There's the credit card debt, the student loan, the car loan, and oh, don't forget that personal loan you took out last year. With so many balls in the air, it's easy to lose track and let one or two drop. And when that happens, it can be quite a mess. But what if there was a way to exchange all these bouncing debts for a single, manageable one? That's where debt consolidation comes into play. This financial strategy allows you to merge multiple debts into one, making it easier to keep track and manage your payments. Think of it as trading in several smaller, unruly balls for one larger, more manageable one. It's still a debt, of course, but it's easier to keep an eye on and less likely to escape your grasp. But the benefits of debt consolidation don't stop at simplifying your payments. When done correctly, it can also potentially lower your overall interest rates. By consolidating your debts, you could find yourself paying less interest over time. That's not just a win, that's a slam dunk in the game of financial management. So, you've consolidated your debts, your payments are more manageable, and you're potentially paying less interest. What's next? Now, you're in a better position to save and invest. That's right. The money you're saving from lower interest payments can be funneled right back into your wealth-building strategies. This is what the wealthy understand. Controlling debt isn't about eliminating it entirely. Instead, it's about managing it in a way that works for you, not against you. It's about turning what might seem like a financial burden into a stepping stone towards greater financial success. So, if you're feeling like a circus juggler, remember that there's another way. Consolidating your debts can be a powerful tool to regain control over your finances and start putting your money to work for you. Remember, controlling your debt means controlling your money. Want to get out of debt faster? Let's roll into the debt snowball method, a strategy named for its momentum-building nature. It's all about starting small and gaining speed. Picture a snowball rolling down a hill, growing larger and faster as it goes. That's how your debt repayment can progress. Here's how it works. You begin by focusing on your smallest debt. Pay it off as quickly as you can while maintaining minimum payments on your larger debts. Once the smallest debt is cleared, you take that payment and apply it to the next smallest debt. The process repeats, and before you know it, you're tackling your largest debts with a payment much larger than the original minimum. This method not only simplifies your repayments, but it also provides little victories along the way, boosting your motivation. So don't fear the snowball. Just like a snowball, your debt repayment momentum can grow, leading you to a debt-free life. Debt doesn't have to be a four-letter word. Indeed, as we've journeyed through this discussion, we've seen that debt can indeed be a powerful tool in the right hands. We've dived into how savvy investors use it as leverage, how home ownership can be turned into a stepping stone towards wealth, and the benefits of the debt snowball method for clearing debts. Remember, the key is to approach debt with a strategy. It's a tool, not a trap, and it can become your stepping stone to financial freedom. Don't be afraid of it, but learn to master it. The wealthy don't shy away from debt. Instead, they wield it like a sword, cutting through financial obstacles on their path to prosperity. Start your journey towards financial freedom today. Subscribe for more financial tips, and share this video with friends who could use a little financial wisdom. Remember, the path to wealth is paved with smart decisions.